Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and today I'm going to be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of February 2021. As you can see, I've got a new background here. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet, but I'm going to try it out. We're going to see how it works. I'm still getting used to it because it's, very different, especially, trying to make sure the lighting is right. But I think it'll be okay. Like I said, we'll try it and we'll see. Because, of course, the most important thing is that you can see the cards. And speaking of cards, Aquarius, for the readings this month, I'll be using my original tarot deck. For clarifiers, I will be using my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. And then, Aquarius, I will close out your reading with a Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle card. So let's go ahead and get right to it. I hope you all are having a good start to the new year. I know it's been rough. I know it's been crazy. And I think we're all just doing the best we can considering the circumstances. But I do feel like a peace and a calm is on the way. Okay, so stay patient, stay positive, and we're going to get through this together. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. So let's go ahead and get right to it, Aquarius. As you can see, the cards are already starting to come out. So what do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of February 2021? Well, you know what, Aquarius? I can say that redemption is the word that's coming through loud and clear, especially as I look at these cards here. Like I said, the word redemption, meaning that, yes, things happened, maybe in an unfortunate way. Maybe you were the victim of circumstances. Maybe you were the victim of someone betraying you, someone being dishonest, someone being manipulative, which is what I can see here. But everything is going to work out in your favor in a much better way than you had anticipated, and in a much better way that not only brings you increase, which is what I'm seeing here. So increase not only financially, but also increase just in emotional stability, control, awareness. And I see all those things here for you, which is really, really exciting. The thing is you have to kind of get over this hump of whatever this is that kind of put you in an unfortunate situation. But trust, when all is said and done, it's going to play out in your favor in a big way. Now, the good thing is, like I said, is that when things start really starting to shift and things really start moving in a new direction, just know that the eye is going to be on the prize for you. And there is, like I said, increase. That word just keeps coming through for me, for you. Increase in your finances, also increase in your position, increase in your abilities. And I see that with the Emperor and the King of Wands here, and you're definitely going to be celebrating once we hit the first week of February. It's going to start off a little rough, but when all is said and done, it's going to be something very positive, something very celebratory. Now, you're also going to have to take some time to start planning your future. If you've been dragging your feet on things that relate to future financial wellness, such as retirement, such as investments, such as things just trying to make sure your family is taken care of, should anything happen to you, you really want to get that in order. February is going to be the time that you need to, like I said, start planning for your retirement. If you have people who depend on you. Maybe it's time to start looking at life insurance, or maybe it's time to start increasing the amounts of life insurance. Whatever you need to make sure that you're taken care of in your later years and that your family is taken care of in your later years. So it's also about generational wealth, generational security in the future as well as right now. So, I don't feel like I need to go over these cards individually. I think pretty much what I have said has clarified the meaning. And I'm feeling too that this was just something that I can clearly see information coming through with the way the cards are. And I feel like sometimes it's more about just intuitively letting things flow. So I feel like that was clear, at least for our first week of February, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and see what else is going to come up and show up for you. I feel like there's more coming. There's more coming as it relates to opportunity, money, and experiences. So what else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of February 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? Okay. All right, Aquarius. As we move into the second week of February, again, things will continue to just be in a much more positive upswing, a positive growth. Forward movement is going to be happening a lot for you as we move into the second week of February, especially as it relates to your money. We have the Two of Wands here, which means, again, you're going to have to really examine what has happened in the past, but at the same time, don't use that as a roadmap for the future, especially when it comes to your money. You're still going to be dealing with some residual feelings from whatever this is, whatever this upsetting thing was that kind of happened maybe at the end of January, beginning February. Again, this is only something that's going to set you up for success, so I don't want you to see it as anything terminally bad or as inherently negative, okay? Because you're going to be learning from that. This card tells me that you're going to be, kind of studying, well, what the heck happened? What the hell? Why did she say this? Why did he do that? You're going to be kind of replaying the thing in your head. It's okay. Take the lessons, take the wisdom and the nuggets, and use that to move forward. You're also going to be walking away from someone or something at this time. Could all of this be related? I wouldn't be surprised, considering these cards are in such close proximity. I have a feeling you're going to be turning your back on something that has needed you to turn your back on it for quite a while. This is also going to free up your energy so you can make more money. So you have a much clearer head to make much more solid financial decisions without being distracted by some nonsense that's going on. Also, your emotions are going to be much more in balance. You're going to have emotional stability as you move through this month. You're going to be really relying on your intuition here. We have the High Priestess, a very powerful card when it comes to, intuition, gut feelings, also just really being in tune with your spiritual side, okay? The only thing here, we have this Ace of Cups in the reverse. This means that there's going to be some things that don't necessarily start in the way that you had anticipated. Now, I have a feeling this is something that has a money root to it, but there's also some emotional stuff that could come into play. If you are emotionally tied to a job, or maybe emotionally tied to something that's giving you financial stability, you're going to have to release that at some point. And the signs are going to start showing up once we hit the second week of February. And I have a feeling you already know this, Aquarius. You already know there's something that you need to change or rework or reprioritize or make different, because your money is being held up either energetically or actually literally. There's money that is trying to make its way to you, but for whatever reason, You've got some things in the way. Could be some emotional stuff, could be some personal things, could be some work-related responsibilities, whatever the case is. Let's clean that up so we can get the money to you that is supposed to be coming to you. All right, Aquarius, let's continue on here. But you know, you have really strong, the word strength is coming through. February is going to be a really solid month for you, Aquarius. It's going to be a very strong month. It's going to be a very, the word intelligent comes through. It's like you're going to know what to do, and then you're going to figure out the best way to do it, okay? And it's going to pay off. You're going to reap the rewards. You're going to see the increase in money. You're going to see opportunities start showing up for you. All right, what else do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. I thought I saw a card flip over. There it is. Okay. Let's move everybody down one. So, once we hit the second half of February, look for a lot of movement. Now, I'm seeing movement happening for you both in the energetic sense as well as the literal sense of the word. Movement meaning could be travel, could be any type of things kind of either rearranging in your space or things being placed in a different space, either in your home or in your work. Okay, so that's going to be happening once we hit the second half of February. Or you could be making plans for some type of movement, and I see that clearly with the Six of Swords. But let's start here with the Death card in the reverse. The Death card in the reverse talks about slow changes coming, and changes that you probably weren't expecting that you had to make, you know, to your work, to your finances, to your business. Changes, unexpected changes, but you cannot ignore those changes. So something could be happening as it relates to your business, you know, something could be happening as it relates to your finances, and this is something that you have to pay attention to. Now, the other thing is it doesn't necessarily mean that something negative is going to be happening, but it means that you're in the position to really make some moves here. You're either going to have to kind of redistribute your money, your assets in some way, or you're going to have to start really getting more aggressive with your savings, because you see the future. You see what what needs to happen. You know, you need to have an emergency fund, but it goes beyond that. You see that you need money because you want to start a business, or you see that you need money because you want to travel, or you want to do something fun, or your kids need something, whatever the case may be. It's like a preparation that I see happening with this. Now, we also have the Justice card. This is decisions being made in your favor. The other thing about the Justice card, it means that you will be making decisions that affect everyone around you in a positive way. Now, depending on how you're going to kind of work yourself into this circumstance here, you're going to have to decide, okay, am I going to be the decision maker, you know, as it relates to the family finances? Am I going to be the decision maker as it relates to investments, the business, whatever the case may be? Or are you going to be someone that kind of is affected by someone else's decision in a much more positive way? Now, this could also, both of these could apply to you depending on, you know, what your situation is. But I want you to know that the Justice card is a very good card. Like I said, it means decisions in your favor, either decisions that you make or decisions that are being made by people around you that affect you directly. We already talked about the Six of Swords. There's definitely going to be some movement, some actual physical movement, maybe some change in space, or it could be travel. You know, whatever the case may be, it's going to be a good, positive experience. Now, we also have the Nine of Wands. This is a good card to see in the reverse because it means that you are no longer feeling discouraged. It means that you're starting to feel optimistic. It means that, you're starting to see some positive feedback in the things that you're doing, especially things that relate to your money. Maybe you're starting to get positive feedback from your boss. Maybe you're starting to see your investments grow. Maybe you're starting to see the prices go down of some supplies for your business that you've been meaning to buy. It just means that there's encouragement and there's hope on the horizon for you. Next, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, sometimes when I see the Queen of Cups, she's a very gentle soul when she's in the upright position. She's also someone who is very sensitive to the needs of others. Now, this is a good quality to have. Sometimes, though, our emotions can get in the way of our money, or it can get in the way of our ability to attract the money that we want. I don't really feel that so much with this card here, but I do feel that you're going to be a little bit sensitive to other people around you. Now, this could be, people at work, or it could be people in your family, but just pay attention, because I have a feeling like there's also some money energy attached to this, and you're going to be in a position to help people, and you're going to feel really, really good when you help people. Just don't do it at the expense of yourself. And I don't see that happening, but I'm going to throw it out there. If you do feel moved to donate or to give somebody something, just make sure you're not taking away from your own ability to do what you need to do to keep yourself well and to keep yourself in balance. Now we have the King of Wands here. This is a repeater. This is a good card. Remember, we saw him here. The King of Wands, this means that there is somebody paying attention to you. Somebody at work, somebody who is in a very high position, who has the ability to help you get to that next level. The other thing about the King of Wands is it could be you. It could be you just kind of moving up in position here. And when I say that, I don't only mean positions as it relates to work, but it could just mean you're moving to a higher calling in your own life, which allows you to see things from a different perspective, which in turn allows you to have more in your life. Not only more money, but more power, more control, more opportunity, more choices, more freedom. So again, this is another good card, Aquarius. You've got a really solid positive reading here. And the King of Wands is just saying that you are elevating. You are definitely someone who is, I know I say the word growth, but I can't think of any other word that fits. It's just, it's an ascension. It's also a financial ascension where, you see the bigger picture. You can make smart money decisions. And the other thing about it too is that you no longer play small. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to have millions or trillions of dollars, but you just start to make much more thoughtful decisions as it relates to your money. Okay, so let's continue on, seeing what else shows up for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of February 2021. So as we close out February, Aquarius, get ready, because things are definitely going to start moving in a new direction for you. I can see that very clearly. We have the Hermit card here, which is the card of going within. The other card about the Hermit, or the other thing about the Hermit card, is that it is a very introverted card. The Hermit talks about kind of stepping back from the situation, sometimes the world as a whole, and really just kind of going into retreat mode. Not because it's like a defeatist type of energy, but it's more about the solace needed to really figure things out and to really strategize and to make a plan. And I feel like by the time we close out February, you may be kind of in that mode, Aquarius, where you're just figuring out, okay, what is going to be my next move? How am I going to delegate my resources in order to continue to make the money I want to make, or to increase the things that I am working for, whether that be more time off, more freedom, more money, more whatever, more growth, anything. But I do feel like you are going to be kind of going within very smoothly and very deliberately once we get towards the end of February. Next, we have the Four of Cups. There are going to be things showing up for you. Could be new job offers, could be new opportunity investments, could be new programs to get involved with. Not everything is definitely going to resonate with you, Aquarius, so make sure you pay attention to the things that are being offered to you, because I have a feeling that the timing's not going to work out, and it's also going to be something that could... It's like you don't want to waste your time on something that your heart is just not into, okay? So make sure you really pay attention to everything that shows up for you, because not everything is going to be the right answer. And that takes us to the Fool. The Fool talks about a new adventure and a new journey. The other thing about the Fool is that sometimes he really just moves forward without hesitation, without without a plan and without preparation. While that's sometimes a great quality to have, it's not always the most successful quality. So we have to use discernment when we are starting to go in a new direction and work on new things. Okay, so just really, really use good judgment when you're starting something new. And make sure it's not something that you have to invest a lot of money in. I'm getting that message with this card, is that this is something that you really have to... Or I should say, you shouldn't have to spend a lot of money in order to do whatever this is. Now, granted, you probably have to spend something, but if anything feels off or feels ridiculously high or outrageous, feel comfortable saying no, because that's going to be the right choice. Next, we have the Page of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Page of Swords talks about, we're going to get some news and information about something that's going to be maybe stopped or eliminated. I think this is a good thing, though. Maybe you're gonna have to no longer do something as part of your job, but you're still going to get the same amount of pay. This is good news about something being taken away, but it's going to be something beneficial. It's going to be something helpful. It's going to be something that's going to bring in more income for you in some way. And it's going to bring in more by either you're going to have to do less work or the same amount of work, or you're going to get more money for doing less work or the same amount of work. Or it could just be something that makes life easier for you. You're like, oh gosh, I don't have to deal with that anymore. This is wonderful, which, benefits you mentally, benefits you physically, and benefits you emotionally and spiritually as well. So this is very good. Finally, we got the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles talks about paying attention to the budget. Make sure that you are, covering all bases here, making sure that you pay attention to the bills, the due dates, any types of fees or anything like that. We just want to make sure our budget and our finances are in order. That's a very powerful thing to really set yourself up for success, because you know exactly what's going on with every penny that comes into your household, or every penny that comes into your life, as well as every penny that goes out for something. Keep track of it all. That's what I'm getting with this card. Keep track of your money. Pay attention to where it's going and where it's coming from. So overall, Aquarius, you've got a really positive month of February 2021. I see all good every single week throughout the month. I also see, like I said, lots of movement happening for you, and this is going to be really, really good. So get ready, and don't feel nervous or worried about it, because it's definitely going to be beneficial for you in more than one way. All right, so let's go ahead and close out your reading, Aquarius, with a magical messages from the Fairies Oracle card. Okay, nice, because we're almost into spring. It says, spring, your desires fully manifest as the flowers begin to bloom. If you're waiting for something specific to manifest, just know that this spring is going to be your time, Aquarius. So this is very exciting. Spring is just around the corner. I'm ready. You probably are ready too. So just know that your manifestations are definitely on the way. All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.